I've been used all my working life working in a large group of men, and I find when I'm at home doing the things, being retired and doing the things I do, it's very lonely, and I'm used to the interaction with other people. So to me, when I drop into the men's shed, I can carry out my hobbies with a group of other men. When I get stuck on something, somebody helps me to sort it out. If I need four hands instead of two, they're there waiting for me. So a men's shed is providing me with a great deal of interaction and an awful lot of help.
And I go home and my wife will say, the paper's there, have a read of that. You read the headlines and you say, oh no, not again. Oh, I've had enough of this. I'm going to relax somewhere. I'll wait out the men's shed for an hour or so just to have a cup of coffee, a chat with some of the boys, and maybe do a wee bit of work that I've been doing on their background thing, you know, like maybe a wee bit of painting or doing that. I think what I'll do is I'll take some of the tools down and see if these guys will help me sharpen them, because I don't know how to sharpen these tools. And I know there's a couple of guys down there that can do that. That's what I'll do. That, to me, is what a men's shed is.
It really is useful to me to get me out of the house. When I first became retired, my wife was driven round the bend because she was used to having the house all on her own, and suddenly I was there doing things, getting in her way, trying to help, but being awkward in doing it. And she found that very difficult. So a men's shed really has helped me enormously.
And then maybe have a chat with some of the guys as well. What's happening politically? What's happening medically? Oh, I know a guy who's just had a triple bypass. I'm supposed to be getting in for one, and I'm a wee bit apprehensive about this. I wonder what would happen. I think I'll have a word with him and see what he says, what it's all about and all the rest of it. But we need to know that there's somebody there who's been through there, they had the experience, and they can turn around and help you that way. That, to me, is what a men's shed's about.
Another aspect of going to the men's shed is my wife goes out every week for coffee. She goes out once a month for dinner, lunch. She goes out in the evening to various clubs. I don't have that, and I find that very difficult. When I drop into the men's shed for a cup of coffee, have a chat with people, read the newspapers, discuss what's going on in the world, express my worries about things in the world, I can get the interaction with other people about how they feel about it. And I realise I'm not alone. There's a lot of people like me who agree with what I'm thinking, and sometimes we can come up with ideas of what we can do about it. By the council and the local doctor's surgery being concerned about men who had retired having not enough to do. And they came up with the idea, they found out about the men's shed, which started in Australia, and they thought it might be a good idea. They then found out there was a group of them in Cheshire in England, and they went and looked at those and they thought, yes, it's definitely a good idea. It's well worth our trying to do this here. So they set up a group of people, got together a number of men and ladies to steer the formation of the men's shed.
Bag packing at Tesco's and such like. I mean, I know it's nearly always the teenage kids and the women that do that, but why not? Men can do these things as well. You know, I mean, this is what makes us a wee bit, you feel a wee bit independent now and again, and that's what we like, you know. That to me is trying to get things going, helping the community at the same time, helping ourselves at the same time as helping the community. And if we can do that with a laugh and a smile and get somebody to have a giggle, why not? That's what it's all about.
Available to us at a reasonable rent. We will need to start work on it. It will need work done to it, because we'll need to convert it to what we want it to do. Should I say what you want it to do? Because all of us will be inputting into our thoughts of what that building should do for us. So we will need craftsmen who can help us to convert the building to our use. We will need people who can help us find sources of funding. We will need people who can look at the health and safety aspects of what we're proposing to do and make sure we do things safely. So we'll need all sorts of people with experience and competence in these different areas. doesn't cost me anything to do it. I can go down there, I can play, I can chat, I can have my coffee, I can do all sorts of things, and it's free. The men's shed is financed. Because it's a charity, it's financed by donations. Some are coming from the council, some are coming from companies, some are coming from funders. That's one of the important things that we have to do in the future, is make sure, to be sustainable, that we have that maintained in the future. But to members, it's free. So we're going. We'll be there soon. Watch this space.
Okay, minute, turn it on. For the next one, it's much warmer now.
Yeah, I just graduated.
Well, don't you lie in your old bed. Get up to the man shed. Get up to the man shed. I said, get up to the man shed. Now don't you lie in your old bed. Get up to the man shed, where you will have some fun. You'll see them do upholstery, there's joinery as well. We're the first in Scotland, oh baby, you will be swell. So don't you lie in your old bed. Get up to the man shed, where you shall have some fun, 'cause it's only just begun. So please, please go away to the old man shed and get out of your lazy bed. Go to the man shed.